Welcome to Vintage Touch Decor with Soul. In today's video, we'll explore the timeless charm of Ralph Lauren's vintage spring collection. Whether you're seeking inspiration for a cozy retreat or a chic update, these timeless styles bring modern elegance to your space. Join us as we delve into the beauty of classic design and seasonal appeal. Ralph Lauren's signature blend of classic sophistication with a fresh, springtime twist has become synonymous with style that stands the test of time. Today, we'll walk through how to bring that same elegance into your home using vintage decor pieces. With a mix of rustic, shabby chic, and mid-century accents, the beauty of spring can shine through in every room. This video will give you actionable ideas to create a chic and timeless space with vintage Ralph Lauren-inspired decor. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts on this style. We'd love to hear how you incorporate vintage elements into your home. Ralph Lauren's spring collection brings vintage beauty to life by infusing classic designs with modern functionality. In this section, we will explore how to capture this style and make it work in your own home. Vintage pieces like floral rugs, antique chairs, and soft linens create an inviting atmosphere. To achieve the right balance, mix old with new by pairing contemporary furniture with vintage finds. Soft spring colors like muted blues, pastels, and soft whites will bring that fresh, airy feel to any space. By blending materials and textures, your home will exude both warmth and timeless charm. Don't forget the details. Adding vintage lamps, rustic mirrors, and classic art pieces will complete your vintage spring retreat. Remember, the beauty of Ralph Lauren's designs lies in the thoughtful layering of elements that together create a space full of stories and soul. The right color palette can instantly transform your space into a spring haven. Ralph Lauren's spring collection embraces soft, natural hues, from sage greens to soft blues and creams. These colors evoke tranquility and warmth, ideal for any room in your home. When decorating with vintage pieces, remember that color can be both subtle and powerful. Combining soft hues with rich textures, such as velvet cushions or linen throws, can bring out the timeless appeal of the Ralph Lauren aesthetic. The beauty of these colors lies in their versatility. They work in modern homes as well as more traditional ones. Incorporating these shades into your furniture, walls, and accessories will help set the tone for a chic and welcoming home. Remember to consider how natural light interacts with your chosen palette, as it will bring out the delicate nuances of these spring-inspired hues. When it comes to Ralph Lauren's vintage spring decor, the furniture plays a central role in defining the style. Look for key pieces that evoke the timeless charm of the past. Think vintage wooden tables, elegantly distressed chairs, and classic leather armchairs. These pieces bring a sophisticated yet cozy feel to your space. Don't be afraid to mix and match vintage and modern elements. A Ralph Lauren-inspired antique coffee table can be paired with more contemporary seating for a balanced look. Incorporating reclaimed wood or wrought iron accents also enhances the rustic feel of spring, adding warmth and character to your space. For the bedroom, a vintage iron bed frame or a classic wooden dresser can work wonders. The key is to select furniture that speaks to you and creates a cozy, inviting atmosphere that feels both timeless and modern. Let the charm of these pieces breathe life into your home. Textures and fabrics are key to achieving a vintage spring look, and Ralph Lauren's spring collection is the perfect inspiration for this. Incorporating soft, luxurious fabrics like linen, velvet, and cotton creates an inviting atmosphere that's perfect for the season. These materials feel light, airy, and timeless, just what you need to evoke the essence of spring. Incorporate these fabrics through throw pillows, bedding, and even curtains. Soft, textured linens and pale colors complement Ralph Lauren's vintage-inspired design, while adding layers of warmth and comfort to your space. Velvet cushions and pastel hues also create a rich, tactile contrast that enhances the overall aesthetic. When layering fabrics, don't forget about patterns. Floral prints, stripes, and gingham can add depth to your space. Mix and match these patterns in small doses, so they don't overwhelm the eye. The key is balancing different textures and fabrics to create a harmonious, elegant look for your vintage spring retreat. One of the most charming elements of Ralph Lauren's vintage spring style is the use of fresh florals to bring the outdoors inside. Floral arrangements, from simple wildflowers to more intricate bouquets, add a natural touch of elegance to any room. Consider placing a vase of fresh peonies, tulips, or roses on your coffee table to create an instant focal point. In addition to fresh flowers, faux florals can be a wonderful option for year-round beauty. Opt for high-quality, lifelike arrangements in vintage-inspired vases. Think about using soft pastel-colored blooms or even more muted tones to maintain that timeless, classic appeal. These arrangements help infuse your space with the vibrancy and freshness of spring. Another great option is to incorporate floral prints into your textiles, such as throw blankets, cushions, or even wallpaper. This creates a cohesive look that ties together the natural and vintage aspects of your spring decor. Whether real or artificial, florals evoke the season's spirit and add a refreshing touch to your home. Lighting is a crucial element in creating the right atmosphere for your vintage spring decor. Natural light is one of the most essential components of this style. It helps to brighten up the room and highlight the subtle textures of vintage furniture and fabrics. Open your curtains to let in as much daylight as possible to create a fresh, airy environment that feels both spacious and welcoming. When the sun begins to set, layer your lighting with soft, warm tones. Consider using antique-style lamps with vintage bases and shades to enhance your Ralph Lauren-inspired spring retreat. These pieces add a gentle, warm glow that complements the natural light, creating a cozy, inviting ambience perfect for evening relaxation. For more dramatic effects, use chandeliers or vintage-inspired light fixtures. These can serve as statement pieces while providing soft illumination that adds to the vintage charm of your home. A chandelier with crystal accents, for example, not only enhances the space's beauty but also captures the essence of timeless elegance in a modern setting. Vintage rugs are a wonderful way to bring warmth and character to your spring-inspired home. Ralph Lauren's vintage collection often features intricately designed rugs that add depth and texture to any space. These pieces are perfect for creating cozy focal points in living rooms, bedrooms, or entryways. Look for rugs with bold, classic patterns. Oriental or geometric motifs work beautifully in Ralph Lauren-inspired decor. Textiles like woven throws, blankets, and cushions also play a key role in creating a comfortable, inviting space. Think of a warm, woven throw draped over the back of a chair, or a patterned rug underfoot. These textiles can be layered to enhance the room's vintage aesthetic while providing tactile comfort. The key is choosing fabrics and patterns that complement the vintage style without overwhelming the space. for an added touch of elegance, mix and match different rug sizes and textures. A large rug can anchor the room, while smaller accent rugs can be placed in various spots to create a cohesive look. The mix of textures, from soft wool to jute or silk, creates an atmosphere of richness and vintage charm that feels both luxurious and comfortable. Incorporating statement furniture pieces is key to creating a Ralph Lauren-inspired vintage spring look. Opt for bold, timeless pieces such as a beautifully upholstered armchair or a vintage-inspired wooden dining table. These pieces should be functional yet eye-catching, serving as the heart of your room while also adding character and history. Choose furniture with classic silhouettes and rich finishes for a truly refined look. Another fantastic way to embrace vintage furniture is through heirloom quality pieces passed down through generations. Whether it's a mid-century modern coffee table or a Victorian-era sideboard, these timeless items not only serve as functional pieces but also tell a story. Mix these antiques with more modern items to create a space that feels both lived in and sophisticated. Finally, don't be afraid to include statement chairs or sofas with unique patterns, textures, or colors. A plush velvet sofa in a rich jewel tone, or a set of armchairs with intricate floral upholstery, can make a striking impression. These statement pieces can provide a contrasting element to simpler vintage decor, adding depth and drama to your spring-inspired home. Antique spring accents are a wonderful way to further enrich your Ralph Lauren-inspired vintage home. Pieces such as old-fashioned clocks, brass candlesticks, or antique mirrors can effortlessly add a layer of charm and sophistication. These accents not only complement your decor but also bring a sense of history into your space, making it feel lived in and full of character. Consider placing antique vases or floral arrangements throughout your home. Vintage glass vases in muted tones can be filled with fresh spring flowers, creating a delicate balance between nature and vintage elegance. These floral accents add a touch of color and freshness, enhancing the airy, rejuvenating feeling of spring. Another key element is the use of vintage pottery or porcelain. Whether it's a fine china teapot or an antique ceramic bowl, these pieces can be displayed on mantels, side tables, or in glass cabinets. The intricate designs of these items often feature floral or nature-inspired patterns, perfect for evoking the spirit of spring in your home while maintaining a timeless aesthetic. Artwork is a key way to personalize your Ralph Lauren vintage spring home, adding a touch of elegance and style. Vintage-inspired paintings, especially those that feature spring landscapes or botanical themes, can evoke the season's charm. Think of soft watercolor prints of flowers or serene rural scenes that perfectly complement the natural elements of your space. These pieces can serve as stunning focal points, enhancing the room's light and airy atmosphere. Another fantastic way to incorporate art is through vintage mirrors with ornate frames. These mirrors not only reflect the beauty of your decor but also create the illusion of a larger space. Choose mirrors with antique-style detailing, such as gilded frames or intricate carvings, which add depth and a sense of timelessness to the room. They reflect natural light beautifully, contributing to a fresh, spring-inspired vibe. Finally, vintage posters or botanical prints can also bring a refreshing element to your home. These affordable yet stylish pieces capture the beauty of nature in a timeless way, helping to tie together the vintage spring look. Displaying them in gallery-style arrangements or framing them in classic wooden frames adds a personalized touch while keeping the space cohesive and elegant. As we've explored throughout this video, Ralph Lauren Vintage Spring Decor offers a unique way to transform your home into a space that blends classic elegance with fresh, seasonal appeal. From statement furniture pieces to antique accents, each element helps create a home that feels both timeless and inviting. Whether you're drawn to the sophisticated charm of vintage pieces or the natural beauty of spring-inspired decor, the key is to choose items that resonate with your personal style. Incorporate textures, colors, and patterns that make your space feel like a retreat, and remember that every item tells a story. Thank you for joining us today on this journey to bring vintage charm into your spring home. If you've enjoyed these tips, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring content. Let's continue to create spaces that are as timeless as they are beautiful.